You've likely seen this next story on social media. It's making the rounds. People are very offended by a vulgar message that was left outside of an Atlanta gym. The message, no cops allowed.
Yeah.
But it had
With
a
some
lot
curse
of other,
words thrown into it, yeah.
Bottom line,
So
I'm taking those out for you.
Exactly. No surprise, a lot of people on social media did not take too kindly to this, although there were some new supporters of this gym after the sign went up, I will tell you. Katie tweeted, "What a complete jerk. Hope you're never robbed or assaulted. P.S. Military personnel say thank you and you're welcome for your freedom."
But the gym's owner, I want to bump in this because I want you
Yep.
to, want you all to see this. The gym's owner, he is not making any apologies for this one, Alex.
No, yeah, he's not. He's not. He has said that the policy exists, and he,
Doesn't care if people are outraged.
Exactly.
It was really just that there was the vulgarity in that sign, and that seemed to bring it out for people.
EAV Barbell Club's no cop policy is no longer plastered on the front door.
I didn't want the other folks there to take the heat that I'm willing to take.
Despite the backlash, owner Jim Chambers says he still stands by the message it conveyed.
We've had an explicitly stated no cop policy since we opened. We also don't open membership to active members of the military.
For Chambers, a lifelong political activist, the sign and policy is a political statement outside a multi-use space which serves as a gym, community gathering spots, and meeting place for activists in the metro area. He says groups who work out here are generally minorities who are uncomfortable with the presence of law enforcement agents.
American police are really just an entity that they serve capitalism and they serve white supremacy, and that's the way we see that. We felt that it was important to create zones like businesses, official operating establishment businesses, homes, recreation centers, where cops are explicitly not welcome.
The Atlanta Police Department would not comment on the policy, but told 11 Alive, quote, "Were we to respond to an emergency there, this sign would not stop us from lawfully doing our job."
Yeah, if they have a warrant, they can go anywhere they want, but we're not breaking the law.
It really wasn't the sign that upset so many people. It was this policy. It was this message. Yep. And in addition to cops, it said no veterans, no active military. That's what had people angry. The sign just made it more visible, Alex.
It did, and I showed you one tweet from somebody who was very angry about this policy. Here's another one from somebody who was not.
Right.
George says, "This Atlanta gym banned cops and military, so go leave a 5-star review because the, quote, fascists are spamming it with 1-star ratings." Now, he's not incorrect there. You can take a look at their Facebook page right now. 2.4 thousand people have rated it with 1 stars. Right now, it's averaging 1.5. Now, here's some comments that I found pretty interesting on that Facebook page. Aaron Michael, a 17-year policeman, said, "You are so naive as to not realize you get to have that meeting place to gather because of the very freedoms and rights that are protected day in and day out by the very people you chose to ban." Now, Ali Dreyer has a much different perspective. She said, "Thank you for protecting minority status patrons," adding, "I assure you this is a necessary step to protect the marginalized from the police state America has become. This is the kind of advocacy we need to see." Now, Courtney, many people on social media are also asking, is this even legal?
Right. You and I were talking about
Yeah.
that. Like, are they allowed to say no cops, no veterans, no active military, but specifically when it comes to police?
And they can, because police officers are not a protected class. So this is perfectly within his right.
Generating lots of conversation. Thanks, Alex.